Hey, I'm Mark Wooten, and I'm going to tell a story about how I ran a 10K trail run in western North Carolina while under the influence of a low dose CBD gummy. Uh, Back in June, I think it was June 7th of this past year, 2025, I went and done a 10K in Old Fort, which we had done previously the year before. But due to Hurricane Helene, there was a lot of debris, and the routes had gotten changed. And so, yeah, wasn't really sure what we were in for. I got a map sent to me, so I knew a couple of the things were going on. But either way, I decided, since I was getting older, 50 years old, and we did the 10K last year, might as well just try something different. So this year I did a gummy. I realized everything was on about 10 minutes before race, 5 minutes, 10 minutes. So once we started the race, I kind of laid back. We started, the first mile was completely uphill, big elevation gain the entire mile. At that time, I wear a heart rate monitor. I was checking my heart rate with my watch, and I noticed my heart rate was easily in zone 5. And so I started believing that my heart rate monitor wasn't working right, which it never failed me. Yeah, I started trying to calm myself, my heart rate down. And then I got to the top, and I realized, started mile 2, it was downhill, kind of a rolling hills. I realized that I just need to calm down and not worry about my heart rate as much and just go. At this point, I just started paying attention to all the other runners. Some were in my way, some were coming up behind me, some were saying crazy things, like mud for some reason. Anywho, at that time I realized I needed to really start pacing myself a little better, because mile 4 was going to come up, and it was nothing but another uphill, big elevation climb. Let's see, I'd realized that it was a pretty neat experience. It wasn't very taxing, even though it seemed like it should have been with my heart rate the way it was. I know the year before, about mile 4.5, I really started having to do some run walk because it was getting so bad. Either way, I remember finishing the race a little over an hour. My cousin, who was in the race with me, was sitting there waiting. We grabbed a beer, whatnot, hung out, had some food, and then I started thinking about everything as I dried off and put on some dry shirt, about how awesome that run really was, and how more relaxed and more in the moment I was. It didn't feel very taxing, really. It felt more enjoyable than most runs I've ever been on. So at this age of that, being 50, like I said earlier, I really like the experience more than the challenge anymore. But either way, I think it's something to be said. Maybe more people should try it. It's a pretty good time. It's not as crazy as you think it's going to be. So either way, get out there, do some running, maybe try a gummy.